everybody, and welcome back to another Thomas Wooden Railway review. This review is on Skarloey. Kind of a random item to have a review on, but hey, he's a narrow gauge engine, and the fans love the narrow gauge engines. So I'm going to try to keep Skarloey's history section very brief, especially in terms of his TV series and Railway series appearances. Skarloey first appeared in the Railway series book known as Four Little Engines. I believe his first story he ever appeared in was Skarloey Remembers, which I know was retitled to Four Little Engines in the television series. If that's wrong, then correct me in the comments section. He first appeared in season 4 in the television series, along with the rest of the narrow gauge engines. He cameoed in both Grand Puff and Sleeping Beauty, was never named in those. His first starring role was in Four Little Engines, and then he basically continued to appear on throughout the television series, even into the new era and the CGI era. Skarloey's wooden railway model would not grace toy shelves until 1996, debuted with basically this exact same model you see in front of you, except the funnel was wooden. So his model basically stayed the same from 1996 to 2001, when they changed the funnel from wood to plastic. And then up until 2011, the model got changed again, just a little more detail added around the nameplate and such. Not a lot of changes made to it, but 2012 was really when the model got changed a lot. It was given a darker paint color, an extra side rod details, even a piston was added. It was kind of weird seeing how just insanely changed the model was from just a couple years ago. And then in 2013 it was changed again. Some of those more extravagant details were removed. However, it still kept the darker paint livery. Alright, so enough of the history section. Let's go ahead and take a look at the OG Skarloey, my childhood Skarloey. Not technically the OG Skarloey because, you know, this one's from 2001 and the OG one would be from 1996, but as I said earlier, it's basically the same model. So there's the face. The face is magnificent. There's the side. Detail is pretty simplistic. Skarloey and the nameplate there. It's a little hard to read, especially coming through on the camera through this lighting. There's his number on the side there. His cab. I really like the way his cab is shaped. I think they modeled that perfectly. I especially like the little piece of wood right here. I mean, that little detail there where his coal bunkers would be just came out perfectly. Same with his two domes and all that. There's his name on the bottom. And if we take a look at the date, yep, I was right, mine is from 2001, and you probably can't see that. But yeah, that's basically it. That's Skarloey's 2001 model. But that's not the end of this video, because I have another one. This is the 2013 Skarloey right here. So, as I said earlier, his paint livery is darker. I should have mentioned his domes were also changed. This dome is a little bit more forward than this one here. Actually, we'll do the comparison here in a minute, but the darker livery, of course. I actually kind of like the darker livery on him. This matches his newer CGI model, since that model has some darker paint on it as well. Some details around the one. The Skarloey nameplate is a lot easier to read now. Some white lining on his boiler. All that. Some cab windows, which is pretty awesome. There's the face. I'm not too crazy about the face. I prefer the classic face, but you know what? This matches the CGI model pretty accurately. There's a little piston. If this was a 2012 model, you'd have a little side rod there, but it's not. Cab still has an amazing slant in the wood there. Skarloey on the bottom, and he should be dated 2012. So, here's for the comparison's sake. I don't know why my camera is in this constant soft focus mode. It never hard focuses on anything unless I do that, but they are from the side, the back, and the other side, tops, all that good stuff there. Alright, so now moving on to ratings and recommends. I would rate the original Skarloey probably 8.5 out of 10. It's very simple, but that nameplate and the number are just a little too hard to read on that color scheme. The 2013 Skarloey, however, I'd actually say I'd rate it about the same. I mean, its detail is pretty nice. I'm not a huge fan of the CGI face, but all in all, I can't really find any flaws in either one of these models. I mean, they're both pretty accurate representations of the character at the time that they were made. So that's my review of Skarloey. I want to thank you guys for watching, and as always, good night everybody.